Welcome to Volume 1 Live. It's a little bit different today. It's just little old me. Megan is working out of the studio today, and she might be popping in voice only as well. But we got an exciting show planned for you. Obviously, as you know from the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about the recent release of the Chainsaw Man novel. We're going to be talking about the Gantz live-action Hollywood movie adaptation. Got some articles pulled up, got some images pulled up, and I also thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about, some crafts, some figures, we got stuff planned. It's going to be a fun show. I feel like they're always in the background. My femto helmet's always out of frame. The devil fruit's always, in the back, and you never really get to see it. I also want to show you guys a video that I edited a long time ago, never before seen publicly. A few Patreon members have seen it because they have access to it. But yeah, I want to debut the build video that I made for the Fujita mask from Dorohedoro, because I want to start doing more prop stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to start filming the making of the gut sword and the devil fruit and all that. And I have a second camera set up so that you can get a sweet close up of all of the goodness. So actually, you know what? Let's see. Josh, solo cam show. Yeah, dude, it's a news show, right? We're covering news. It's hard for us all the time, all three of us all the time with all of our schedules, to get together and talk about every little piece of news or information that comes out. So this is something that we're trying out. This is something that I think is going to be a lot of fun. Cody is also going to be doing some solo live stuff. He's going to be doing a book review podcast and discussion. Megan is going to be doing some cosplay videos and some Animal Cross streaming. We got a lot of we're just kind of branching out, expanding. Okay. Am I late? Someone said, am I late? No, you're not late. It just started. And what better way to, really start the day off than with a little figure reveal. Before we get into the news, we'll let some more people get in here. Before we start covering everything. And we'll start off with a little figure reveal. This is a figure. I don't know how you guys feel about Tokyo Revengers. Obviously, we did an episode on it, a Volume 1 episode on it, and it was so fun to read. I think we all loved it so much. And we're so excited for the anime when it came out. But, the anime, because of certain, imagery, is heavily censored and tends to, suffer from some pacing issues. But overall, I still loved the anime, and the OP obviously is an OP that grew on me and became one of my favorites. So I was so excited when I found and I stumbled across this figure, and I have a second camera set up to show you guys. Let me just switch this on real quick. I got the Lazy Susan and everything, okay? Hopefully you guys are ready. This is the Takamichi from Tokyo Revengers figure. I think it's a Band Presto figure, but I'm so happy with it. I'm so excited about it. Look at the quality. Look at him, dude. He looks beautiful. Look at that ass right there. He's a little flat, but what are you gonna do? You caught up with the manga, Josh. I'm not caught up with the Tokyo Revengers manga, but I am. I think I watched farther in the anime than I read, and it's hard because when it's hard reading stuff when you know that that we're gonna do an episode on it, just because you want it to stay fresh, and you want those feelings of maybe a reveal or a plot detail to be, you want that reaction to be genuine. And so we know we want to do more Tokyo Revengers stuff. So it's I'm kind of waiting to read until we decide, or we lock in a date to really film that stuff. This one says, I GF pre-ordered the Mikey Nendroid. Yeah, dude, I got some Nendroids behind me right here, too. The Aqua and the Emma Nendroid. Nendroids, I love Nendroids. They're just so expensive. I want to get I mean, I have a problem. Okay, I got an addictive personality. Been sober for 3 years, no big deal. But I'm addicted to figures, and because with this setup, I'm going to switch out some other stuff, and I'm going to show you guys maybe a couple other things too. But the Mikey Nendroid, I think there's a Mikey and a Draken figure that was released as well with the Takamichi one. It wasn't at the store that I found this one at, but if it was, you best believe I would have copped the Mikey and the Draken. I would have got all 3 of them. And I would love to also like cosplay Draken, Mikey, the Tokyo Manji gang. That'd be kind of sick. And the Chainsaw Man Nendroids, are insane. Like they're not gonna release a Denji or a Power figure for a while, I feel like. So yeah, I'm copping the Nendroid just because I'm copping any official Chainsaw Man merch as soon as it comes out, whatever it is. But okay, let's start getting into, now that we got some more people in here, let's start getting to the topics promised in the title and promised in the thumbnail. First things first, we have the news that Gantz is getting a live action, Hollywood live action adaptation. I have this pulled up here so we can all kind of look at this together. Overlord's Julius Avery to direct Gantz live action adaptation of a popular horror manga. Julius Avery, by the way, I looked into him, and he is not a director that I'm familiar with. He's directed Overlord, Son of a Gun. I mean, these are shorts here that he's directed. I'm not super familiar with him as a director, and I can't say that I obviously don't have my doubts, not because of him specifically, but just because of just Hollywood's track record so far. I don't want to be negative about it, but and in the comments in the chat, like, I don't know how many of you have seen the Cowboy Bebop live action show on Netflix either, but with that recently being released, and with the One Piece live action Netflix series being announced, and now this, it does seem like it's starting to get to a point where Hollywood is going to start investing more and more of their money and resources into producing anime movies. And if there is one of the comments said One Piece when? One Piece very soon, next week for sure. But as far as the reviews go, but yeah, dude, if there is one series that could make a great live action Hollywood movie, it would be Gantz. Like Gantz would be great. I mean, it's got the potential. I think, when you talk about making something like, especially One Piece live action, there are so many things that might not translate very well to live action, especially with budgets, and especially with, just everything that goes into making a show. And sometimes the campiness or the silliness or the comedy, I mean, it's very, very, very hard to nail. People seem to think that the Battle Angel Alita movie did a pretty good job at like successfully, successfully turning a manga into a Hollywood blockbuster movie. And I thought it was fine. I thought it was a lot better than a lot of other things that I've seen before. Obviously, things like the Death Note, Netflix movie and stuff. But I can't say that I loved it, because obviously changes had to be made, and I understand that. But I think it's maybe the closest that we've gotten, which is a step in the right direction. But anyway, yeah. And basically, the news is that essentially, Hollywood has the rights to adapt the Gantz live action movie, which is why there will be no movie coming out of Japan, because specifically a Hollywood company does have the rights to adapt Gantz at the moment. This director, World War II zombie from Overlord, he recently was tapped by Universal and James Wan to write and direct a new Van Helsing film for the studio, and it was also has action thriller set to premiere next summer. Yeah. I think that if one series could be done well by Hollywood. I think Gantz is one of those series. Yeah. So I'd say that Ghost in the Shell is the best live action anime. Dude, people were pissed about the Ghost in the Shell live action movie. And can you really blame them? You know, One Piece live action would be hard to do. It will definitely not be a faithful adaptation of the manga. And that's the thing too, with even the Avatar The Last Airbender live action series coming to Netflix like very soon, and the two creators like deciding to leave, like, which after more news came out about that, it made me feel a lot better about why they decided to leave. They said creative differences, but then shortly after that, it was revealed that Nickelodeon had given them their whole, like, a whole studio for them to make animated movies and TV shows in the Avatar universe for 20 plus years. And so I think, they just decided to leave the Netflix show in the hands of people that they hired and had, worked with, while they went off to do, bigger and better things that were safer and maybe had more longevity guaranteed. But even with that, like, I'm so nervous. I mean, I don't know, how many people watching right now are huge fans of Avatar The Last Airbender, but I want them to nail it. And the casting was released not too long ago, and I think that they look great. Anything will look better than the horrible Shyamalan movie. But Edge of Tomorrow. You know what? Frozen Arbiter. Yes. Edge of Tomorrow is underrated, actually. Yeah. It's one that never gets thrown usually in when people have this conversation. I'm guilty of it too. It just happened. But yeah, Edge of Tomorrow is fantastic. The Last Airbender live action movie was the first movie I saw when I actively hated watching it. Dude, what is so crazy about the live action Avatar The Last Airbender movie, I remember being so young and so excited to go see that movie that I went with friends. We went to a midnight showing, okay? I say young, but we were old enough to drink, and maybe, allegedly, maybe we weren't old enough to drink, but drinks were involved. We were in the parking lot, and I remember, like, one of my friends had a van, and I was like I got on top of the van, and I was like pretending that the van was like Appa, and I was like hitting the side of the van, and I was like saying like yip yip, and we were like just having the most fun we'd ever had at an AMC parking lot at midnight, waiting for this movie to come out. And we're walking in the theater, and we're just like we're on cloud nine, and we sit down, and it's one of those things where it starts and that excitement just slowly fades, and you don't want to believe it, and you're like, no, this isn't happening. This is they got that wrong, but they're gonna get this right. And then slowly, and then as the movie went on, you just realize that you're watching someone. You're watching someone take advantage of your significant other. You're watching someone like harass a loved one is what you're watching. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about the live action Gantz movie being announced. Obviously, we want to do more Gantz stuff. I know Cody's a really big fan of Gantz, and I think Cody has finished all of the manga. So he definitely, in our group chat as well, has said that he wants to do some more Gantz reviews, or whether it's a volume done or whatever it is, he wants to cover more of the series. And so we did a redone Gantz episode recently, which is up. So if you haven't seen that, you can go check that out and hear our thoughts on the first volume. And that was filmed kind of recently. So yeah. And if you want to see us do more Gantz stuff too and go farther into the series, I know Cody for sure would be very happy about that. All right. You guys ready for the big Chainsaw Man novel discussion? Let me read this before we get there. Hot take: Avatar isn't even that bad by live action adaptation standards. Let me just I was gonna move on, but let me just take that in, and let me just come at you respectfully right now, and let me just be Let me just try to be as eloquent as I possibly can. Obviously, it's not as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution, all right? But what I don't understand is how you have source material with audio that exists of characters' names being pronounced a certain way, then to go out of your way to want to make it more, for whatever their reason was, to make it more like culturally appropriate, while at the same time casting, the whitest people ever to be, Sokka and Katara, or Sokka and whatever they called Katara. I think they called her Katara. It's just like it was just like they spit. They spit in my face and in every fan's face. It was that on top of I understand that CGI and the budgets are what they are. And the bending wasn't horrible, but the fact that you changed such a small thing, firebenders being able to conjure fire, they put this handicap on them where they had to be around fire to bend, which you know what? I feel myself going off, and I'm going to dial it back a little bit. Is there any translation of the new Chainsaw Man novel? So, as I can, and by the way, it's not I guess, it's not the worst, but it's just near and dear to my heart, so I get a little passionate about it. Excuse me. As far as I can tell, the Chainsaw Man, when it comes to the Chainsaw Man novel, it was released either today or yesterday, or around that time. But as far as I can tell, and I looked, I can't find the translation anywhere. I know that we had talked about Cody has taken text to speech programs and found Japanese versions, entered them into Google Translate, and then put that Google Translate into a text to speech and then listen to that like an audiobook. I'm a little spoiled, I guess. I don't know. I would do it so that we could talk about it and so that we could review it, I guess. But I also don't know how faithful a Google translation would be. They don't get everything right. There is obviously some nuance to language that Google Translate, even as good as it might be, doesn't always get right. And so I don't want that necessarily to take me out of the story or ruin the story for me. As far as I can tell, there's no English out yet. But yeah. Let's see. There's a bot, someone said. Webcam HD XYZ. You never know, dude. You never know. Maybe they're just a fan of the podcast and they're just stopping by to say hi. Yeah. So I don't know. Obviously maybe in the next couple days, more stuff will come out, but new images have come out. More details about the book have come out, and I just get more and more excited about it, and I can't wait to read it. And that's partially why I don't know if I want my, I don't want to sour or potentially ruin my experience of it. So, yeah. So everything we know so far, and by the way, I pulled up these pictures on Twitter. These are, I guess I'll have to go back and reload those pictures, but there's new images and they look incredible. Let me do that really quick, actually, because they look so good. Let's see. Chainsaw Man. Here they are. Yeah, these look great. These look great. So, here are some of the images from the book. And if this doesn't get you excited, if this doesn't make your heart flutter, then I don't know what will. And we've talked about it I'm sure ad nauseum about, not being able to wait for part 2 to come out. It does feel like it's been on hiatus for a long time, but at the same time, with Look Back and with, now this and with the anime, it does also feel like we have enough stuff to satiate us for now, I guess. But I want to read this so bad. Things like, if you are watching and you don't know sort of what the book was or is about, is it's called, the official title, by the way, is also Buddy Stories. Buddy Stories, the light novel. and it'll feature different duos among the cast. The novel will be written, so it's not written by Fujimoto, which that kind of sucks, but also, I'm sure he approves it, and I'm sure he has to. I mean, I'm sure he has a say in what is being released, obviously, and I'm sure he trusts this person. Otherwise, Fujimoto seems like a man of integrity. I don't know him personally, but I feel like he wouldn't just like put stuff out there. The idea of Denji and Power taking up the roles of detectives to solve a mystery is a recipe for disaster and laughter. A story set in Kishibe and Quanxi's partner days presents a range of possibilities given the unrequited love of their relationship and contrasting Himeno and Aki's relationship from when they first met to when we met them as hardened veterans in the manga. Sounds both exciting and fearful in the best way. But yeah, just going back, I mean, so you see like, the young Kishibe right here. Quanxi is how you say her name. I mean, it's such a hard name to pronounce. These are enough to get any Chainsaw Man fan excited. Well, Power looks so cute. Absolutely. She looks amazing. Is the Chainsaw Man anime actually coming out this year? I have not seen a date yet. I don't know. I mean, did we see a date officially released on that? I don't think so. I don't. Yeah, it's probably going to be in 2020. I mean, it has to be, because I feel like at least another trailer or at least something would have come out by now, and nothing has come out since that first trailer. Young Kishibe, shout out. Thank you. Shout out Will. Thank you guys so much. Go check out the Halloween live episode where we dressed up and we did Chainsaw Man cosplay. Megan's Power looked amazing. Cody's Denji looked haggard, and my Kishibe, whatever. I'm gonna leave that up to you. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, I'm so excited to read this. I think it's gonna be. I mean, I'll take anything in the meantime. It's gonna be great. Yeah, let's see. The cover drawn by Fujimoto himself was recently released. Yeah, we saw that. And yeah, so yeah, it came out today, and it's already online. Like the Japanese version is already online. You can buy it, and part of me does want to buy it. Like I don't know if anybody. I need a Bleach trailer as well. Absolutely. I don't know if anybody feels the same way I feel, but I will buy manga that has only been released in Japanese. I bought the Dandadan Volume 1. Dandadan Volume 2 came out. I bought all the Chainsaw Mans before they were released in English, like months and months and months and months and months ago. I bought them in Japanese because I just want to have them, and I know that they're not going to be released in English for so long that I just, and people make fun of me, and by people I mean a person that we all know, Mr. Cody Decker. Makes fun of me all the time because he can't even read them. But it's not about reading them; it's about having them. It's about the it's about the energy that they they give off in the room. I need to buy it in Japanese now. Yeah, I want to buy it in Japanese. I want to buy it in Japanese. Like I want to buy it to have it, because if they don't release it digitally, they're probably not going to release it physically for sure. I mean, I would say months. I would say there's just no, there's just no way. Even like Kaiju number 8, there's volumes on volumes on volumes, and like fortunately, for us, we do live like very close to Little Tokyo, and so there are a lot of shops there that have them, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I just, it might be a little silly, but whatever. Josh needs to listen to Cody more. LOL. All right, got you. All right, relax. But yeah, so I don't know. I think we're all excited. I think we're all gonna read it. Let me peruse this article a little bit more. Make sure that I covered everything. It says that he'd be working on part 2 of the series for Shonen Jump after a hiatus. Yeah, I think we and Look Back was so great too. We did an episode on that. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. Yeah, buddy stories. So excited. Let's see. Let me direct my attention to the chat for a little bit. Catch up on some comments. All of your cosplay was amazing, but yours was the best. Thank you so much, dude. I was kind of digging the middle part. You know what I mean? I kind of, after that I was like, could I pull this off? Like, I don't know if you ever like use cosplay as an excuse to just try a look on. You know what I mean? Just to see, like, because and like maybe you use Halloween to do that too, right? You're like, I'm gonna do something that I've been wanting to do, but I'm gonna use Halloween as an excuse to do it. So if someone calls me out for it, I could be like, it's a costume, But then you're really just you have an agenda. Fujimoto has the Midas touch of manga. Yeah, Fujimoto for sure has the Midas touch of manga, and I really think he is I don't know. I mean, prolific sounds like a crazy word, but I mean, he is at the top of the mountain right now. I mean, you'll always have like Kubo and Kishimoto, and you'll always have, Oda, who are, OGs. But I mean, he is the new blood, and he is like kind of like running shit. You know what I mean? How was your day? My day's fantastic. Thank you so much. My buddy is gonna translate it. How was your day? Spade. Girl Spade. Love you. How was your day? Tell me how your day is. But yeah. So other than that, another thing that I really wanted to do today, given the time, given the chance, is to reveal for the very, very first time some footage that has never, ever been released on the Volume 1 channel ever before. And it is something that I filmed, and I talked about this in a Patreon episode, and I talked about it, I think, I talked about it somewhere, either in a video, maybe in another video that I just never put out. But for whatever reason, I mean, crafting and making things, whether it's for cosplay or whether it's for a thumbnail, like, is so therapeutic and it's so fun. And I've always been somebody that's been connected to obviously, like, anime figures are one thing, and I love them and have grown to develop an obsession for them. But there's something about having a prop, you know what I mean, from a world that makes that world feel real. I have always been obsessed with like for example, One Piece. Sure, I have a Sanji figure, I have a Nami figure, I have an Usopp figure, but I want something from the world to make it feel like that world is a little more real. You know what I mean? I feel like people have to get that. So I also have this set up here today, obviously to show off the one figure first, but also to show a closer look at some of the things that I've made and show some footage of me making those things, because I want to know, I want to put it out there. I've asked our Patreon members before if they want to see more stuff like that, and I think for the most part everybody was very supportive and wanted to, but with obviously wanting to make as much stuff as we can, it is hard sometimes to read whatever we have to read, review whatever we have to review, cover whatever we have to cover, and then make props and film and edit those videos on top of all that. But I did film and edit one already, and we are going to take a look at it together. So before I start showing you some of the other props that I've made and giving you a closer look at them, this is a video called I Made a Fujita Mask from Doro Hidoro. It is released. It's released on our Volume 1 Extra channel, but not publicly. However, if you are a Patreon member, you do have access to it, and you have access to our Patreon exclusive bonus podcast as well that we upload on this channel. Unlisted though. Gotta get behind that paywall. Let me just expand this a little bit. There we go. And let me know what you guys think. I'll probably comment on it. I might pause it and comment on it, because I did kind of like watch this a little bit before I decided to show it on here. And I was like, I was like, who are you? Why are you talking like that? It's a little cringe is what I'm saying. But yeah, here we go. So without further ado, never before seen footage of me crafting the Fujita mask.
It's just a bummer, man. Hopefully it's salvageable.
I don't know what's got into me recently. I don't know if it's the Berserk sword that you can see in the background of our latest Berserk episode, or the sci-fi gun that I painted and we used in our Kaiju number 8 thumbnail. But I've been in the mood to make stuff. Making stuff is always something I've really liked to do, but because of time and the cost of supplies, I don't really get to do it often. But while we were preparing to film our Dorohedoro Volume 1 review, Megan showed me a photo of a Fujita mask, and that set my mind on fire. So I set out to make my own. Only problem was, never sculpted before. So I concocted a plan, watched a bunch of YouTube tutorials, and the next morning, set off to Michael's.
This is so crazy.
So I just ended up using some super sculpey clay that I got from Michael's, and I had this whole idea that I was going to use aluminum foil and armature wire to help support the weight of the nose on the mask, but it ended up not working the way I wanted it to, and so I had to abandon it. But sculpting the nose itself was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. It was just a lot of pushing and pulling, and I ended up using those two little ball shapes that you see there for the nostrils, and that also did not end up working, so I ended up abandoning that as well. But it was just building up the shape of the nose and playing with it until it was right. I had to cut out a stencil for the actual mask shape to make sure it was the exact size that I needed it to be. And then, yeah, it was just a lot of learning as I went along. I had to abandon the armature wire, cut out a hole in the nose for it to fit directly onto the mask, which, you know, ended up working out pretty well. I ended up cutting off the nostrils completely and went with these two teardrop shapes instead, which ended up working out a lot better. And I was really happy with the way that it ended up coming out. But yeah, it was a lot of just, you know, making sure the shape was right and that everything was blended correctly. And then on to cutting out the actual mask shape, which again had to be a consistent thickness all the way through.
Nose looking like something else.
Really came in handy. And it's also where the styrofoam head came in handy. I don't think I could have done this without the styrofoam head. It helped me understand where the eyes were going to be and the nose was going to be. And so, yeah, without this, I don't think I could have done this at all. I ended up cutting out the spot where the nose was going to go, and I ended up just using a pen that I had lying around with almost a stylus tip to blend the clay nose to the clay of the mask. And like I said, it ended up supporting its own weight pretty well. It felt pretty secure. And yeah, it was just playing with the shape, trimming it down, getting it exactly right, and then using a paintbrush that I had dipped in some water to smooth out the fingerprints. And then taking a pencil and just gently carving in some weathering marks that were going to really
It is
pop
a little
later once we
Usopp,
applied
that
the
nose.
wash.
Yeah.
After all that, it was just on to baking.
It also looks like a you-know-what.
And what could go wrong?
Yeah.
We got cracks.
Okay, so yeah, here, I'm going to pause it here. Because here is... And I want to catch up on some of the comments, and I want to kind of talk about what happened here. I filmed me talking about what happened here, but then, you know, for the sake of time, I had to cut it out. But so we have nose looking like something else. Yeah, I already read that one. Had to read it again though. This looks like fun. It is fun. Keep it up. Thank you. How long did it take in total? So here's the thing. I thrive on like and we're gonna get back to this, I promise. I thrive under pressure and like am a procrastinator. So for me, I'll wait till the last minute to do something and use that as like pressure to make sure I get it done. If I were to do something over the course of like, I don't know, a month, then I would, you know, constantly make excuses or constantly be rearranging time in my head. Like, oh, if I could put it off till this, and I could put it off till that. So with the mask, I think we had planned on filming it whenever day, but I started making it the day before the episode came out. And like I said in the video, I had never sculpted anything like from scratch before. And so it was an insane thing to do, but it is fun because it's therapeutic in a sense. And for someone who it can be in their head a lot and can overanalyze things and can constantly be at times their own worst enemy when you're making something, when you're sitting there crafting something. And I really do want to show the devil fruit that I made as well. When you're in that zone and when you're locked in, nothing else matters. Like no problems exist. You know, the world outside doesn't exist, and you can just get hyper focused on whatever you're doing. And then when you come out of it, it is like you took a mental vacation. There are problems and there are things that are frustrating about the process, but they're about that thing. And it is also problem solving, and it is also like a puzzle at times, figuring it out. So that was a long way of me saying that it took me. That was a long way of saying it took me a day, but it probably within that day, 5 hours, maybe 5 hours. A long, you know, it's a long way to say that, but I'm not good at physical materials. That's the thing. You know, you might not think you are until you try. Like I actually, you know what? Because you said that, I'm going to show you the V1 version of the devil fruit that I made and the V2 version, because the V1, the first version I made was the one I filmed myself making, and it was ass. Like it looked like ass. And I almost like, I was so mad at myself, and I was so like, you know, I was just so bummed about the way that it came out. And it bothered me so much that I made another one. But the thing is, I didn't make the second one. Like I didn't film myself making the second one because I thought it was going to also be bad. And then of course, the one that I didn't film myself making came out, I think, great. So there's always going to be, you know, an ugly stage of whatever you're doing. If it's anything creative, there's an ugly stage of drawings and paintings and crafts and, you know, anything. And then if you kind of push past that, then you can, I don't know, you can sometimes, most of the time, make something pretty cool. Let's see. Yo, Josh, Matt, I don't know what that says or what that means. The screen is also very far away and I'm having to squint to read, so I do also apologize for that. What that nose do? You know what that nose do. You know what that nose do. And I'm not going to lie, dude. I know what that nose do. I don't know what that nose do, but okay. Let's finish the video right here. All I was saying is that, like, so to that point, I had gotten to a place with it where I was excited and I was happy with the way that it was coming out, and then I let it dry, and the mask, because of its own weight and because of like putting it in the oven, it started cracking and it started like falling apart after hours of working on it. So sorry for the little delay, but we're back.
Right from the center of both eyes down to the bottom. It's just a bummer, man. Hopefully it's salvageable, but we'll have to see.
Oh, what an
I was
emotional
really
beat.
bummed out.
How
when I took
dramatic.
the mask out of the oven.
So
and
dramatic.
Noticed the cracks. I don't know what really caused them either. I don't know if it was the curve or the thickness of the clay, if I let it cook too long or too little. I
Gotta pause it for the dono. Gotta pause it for the donation. Thank you so much, Inari. Inari, by the way, we got the pleasure of meeting and talking to in our Discord after our live. Great guy, awesome guy. Thank you so much. Your donation means so much to us. Something that I also feel like is important to say, by the way, and this is the perfect time to say it before I read the comment, is that even though we are going to start doing more, like, you know, and we said it in the past, like our volume ones and our, you know, podcast reviews aren't going to stop happening. Those will always be the foundation of our channel. But just because we're going to start doing, you know, more solo type things, like Cody with his book podcast, Megan with her cosplay and with her, you know, video game streams, and me with like wanting to cover sort of news and things that are happening in the anime and manga world. Just because we're doing these things solo, any donations that we do receive are all going in the volume 1 pot, and we are all divvying them up evenly, and we're all benefiting. So I don't want you guys to think that, you know, just because you're you're donating money that it's going just to me. It is going to the entire Volume 1 crew. And I just feel like that was important to say. And Ari, by the way, thank you again. Your comment, I can relate to putting aside work with my ADHD. Regardless, glad I can catch the stream. Much love, PJ. PJ Joestar, thank you so much. Yeah, I totally, I obviously, people, I also have at times felt like I don't want to be the person that says like, I think I have ADHD too, because I don't, I haven't been like diagnosed with that specifically, but at times I do feel that, and I relate to that. And yeah, man, I mean, I don't know if you've ever tried doing something to distract yourself, or maybe that's where part of it comes from too, is just like you have all of these things, like you're kind of spinning all of these plates at once, and it is kind of like, okay, hard to focus maybe on one thing because you have this other thing that you're constantly working on, and you never give yourself, I don't know, never give yourself time to like be still, which is how I feel. I feel like I never give myself time to be still. Got to keep moving, but yes, thank you again. Okay, let's jump back into this video. Let's finish this bad boy off.
I don't know, but I just took some glue that I had lying around and used it to fill in the cracks, and didn't really know what to expect. I ended up even using these 2 sparkling water boxes to put the mask between, so that as it cooled,
that's when I was
more,
addicted to sparkling water, bro.
Shape. And I let it
like
set
it was
overnight,
bad.
and you know what? I was
That's
pleasantly
that
surprised. It actually worked. It ended up cooling, keeping its shape, and because of the glue, it felt way more secure. So after that, it was just on to spray painting. And spray painting really, really, really brought the mask to life. And it was at this point that I think my faith in this whole project was restored. After that, I just applied some wash for weathering, and it really brought the mask to life. And that was it. The Fujita mask was done. This project had a lot of highs and a lot of lows. There were a lot of points where I didn't know if this thing was going to get made or not, especially on time for the...
It's like you ever watch yourself and you're just like, this is like, who are you? What are you doing? Why are you talking like that? And I wanted to pause it for a second too, because I do see some people saying that I sacrificed Megan and Cody. And I'm not going to disclose really at this point in time whether there's any credence to that or not. However, I will say that, and I wish this was taped up right now. However, I will say, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but this is a behelit, a crimson behelit. And I'll put that on the Lazy Susie a little later too. And I'm not going to say how I came to possess that, and I'm not going to say whether I used it or not. But maybe stay tuned. Let's finish this
episode. But we pulled through and we made it happen. I just want to thank you guys for watching. I had a lot of fun making this mask and making this video. So if you want to see more videos like it, just let us know. So thank you again for watching. I guess we should cut to some super cool close-ups of the mask to end the video, huh?
Like, why? Why talk like... Yeah, so that's it. That's the video. I want to do more stuff like that. And let me now cut to this screen here where you can see, and that's where I had like, you can see maybe the stuff on the back. You can see that that's where I had like a headband glued to it. But this is hopefully maybe a little more close up Josh Craftic Michaels. You know what, Will? You might have just outdone the Josh Chadjick Michaels, even though that's very close to tragic, and so we got to be careful with how we say it. But yeah, you'd be surprised at what I will sacrifice for my dream. Look, dude. Again, I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to say like whether there was some sort of sacrifice made or not. Like, I'm just not going to talk about it at this moment in time. Did you just let it dry, or did you have some? Man, my vision sucks. Yeah, I mean, I did just let it. Oh, I did let it dry. I let the paint dry, and then I put the clay in the oven. Josh solo video equals high quality. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then just so we all know, here is how I will answer everybody's suspicions, everybody's questions about what happened. I don't know. This looks like it's going to fall, but you can't even really see it. But that is the close-up of Betchy right there. That is the close-up of Betchy. And I'm not going to say, again, whether it was used or not. But, it is an option, I guess is what I'm saying. It is an option. But yeah, man, I would love to make more stuff like that. And if you guys want to see stuff like that, then let us know. We are always trying to get out of our comfort zone, I guess, and just make other stuff. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that. Let me check my little doc that I made and see what else we got going on, see what else we got on the agenda. So, yeah, I also wanted to talk about what you can expect. I know someone was asking about One Piece. Someone was asking about what else we might have in the tank ready to come out. And I will say, this is a you betchy he sacrificed them. And again, the puns. I mean, you guys are out of control. You guys are on fire. You guys are killing it. You guys, the students have become the masters. Yeah. So we have a video coming out on Saturday. It's you can get it right now and have access to it right now if you're a Patreon member. And a lot of people seemed like they were pretty receptive to our top 5 manga video. Again, and we talk about it in the episode, but the caveat being in that it had to have been a manga that we had talked about on the podcast before. But Saturday, and again, I will show this because it is just going to make things a lot more clear. I know this week has been a little confusing. An episode didn't come out yesterday, and just so that everybody is on the same page, hopefully this is what we're going to try to start doing, right? So usually a volume done would have come out yesterday, but because of the transition period, this 1 week where we're, getting out of the old schedule and going into the new schedule, we didn't have enough time to prepare, and we should have, but you live, you learn. But yeah, Saturday we have a bonus episode coming out, and it's going to be our top 5 anime of all time. It doesn't have to be something we talked about on the podcast. It doesn't have to be something that we've mentioned before. It's going to be our top 5 anime of all time. Cody's going to reveal his top 5. Megan's going to reveal her top 5. I'm going to reveal mine. Like I said, if you're a Patreon member, you have access to it already. It's a good one. I mean, I want to also, start being able, and I think we all also want to be able to start doing more videos like that too. So look forward to that coming out on Saturday. Show it off some more, Josh. You want me to show off Betchy some more, or what? Because I mean, I will. I'll do it. Oh, he busting out the graphic again. I had to do it to him. There's a lot you're not gonna say. Yeah, there's a lot. After Josh's top 5, I can't look at him the same way. Mr. Stealing Your Waifu, who we also got to talk to and meet. Very nice to talk to. Very nice to finally put a face to the name. What does that even mean? After my top 5, you can't look at me in the face anymore. I'm not going to reveal. There's a lot I'm not going to talk about. Yeah, one of those things is not my top 5, but I also do want to know. I do talk about in the episode how I've had an awakening, and it has nothing to do with Betchy. It has nothing to do with the Behelit, okay? It's not that kind of awakening, and it's not a sexual awakening either, although, maybe one of those is around the corner as well. I've had some sort of, and this is to say too that we have planned Solo Leveling. We've already recorded and is already coming out. So Solo Leveling will be out Monday. And that's our second, foray into the manhwa territory. And after that, we are going to do Naruto. And I wanted to mention that because, first of all, we got a lot of people asking us to complete the sort of shonen Big Three trifecta. And we just did a Hunter episode 2. And, we've done Bleach. We got to do Naruto. And then we've done One Piece, the Big Three from back in the day. So that is coming soon. Before I explain to you what I'm about to explain to you, I do have to read Will's comment and his donation. Thank you so much, Will. Also, great guy, part of the Discord and part of the Patreon, part of everything. Just a all around amazing member of our community. If you guys, by the way, want to join our Discord, we've been having some problems with links right now. You can DM the podcast Instagram if it's not working, and we'll figure it out because there is a live show reaction section of our Discord. So if you post anything in that live show reaction section, I'll go through that, and maybe towards the end of these solo lives or any lives that we do, I'll go through and react to some stuff that you guys put in there, whether it's videos, whether it's news, whether it's anything. So, Will, thank you once again. I'll do my best to provide you with high quality magic puns from here on out. Thank you so much, Will. I should be paying you. Because they have all been high quality so far. I know that you thought that you peaked at the Chagic, but you're still pulling out bangers. Another donation from it's so crazy how bad my vision is. Monokuma, I think I said that right. Hopefully, thank you so much for your donation. You got a nice face. I'd recommend it to others. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to pause there. I felt like I was on a roll, and now I gotta pause because I'm over here blushing. There are. It's so funny because there are people in our Discord, and maybe I'll try to pull it up, or maybe I'll just look at it. But there are people in the Discord who constantly say that I look specifically like Christian Bale from Psycho, is it Psycho or American Psycho? And look, dude, everybody thinks that I sacrificed Cody and Megan. Megan, can you just talk into your microphone so people know that you're alive?
I'm trying to think of a berserk thing to say. I was going to say you did actually sacrifice us.
I didn't sacrifice you
And this is a
guys.
ghost speaking to you guys.
Oh, we should have put a ghost effect on.
Oh, I'm dead. Cody, where are you? We're both dead because Josh killed us for his dream of becoming a craftsman cosplayer.
Yeah. And someone said, nice try. Yeah, these are all sound effects that I have queued up. That's not actually Megan. These are sound effects. But yeah, dude, that's a little proof that they are alive. Well, at least Megan is. Cody, on the other hand, like I said, I'm not. You guys are really trying to bait me, and I'm not gonna say it. He's dead. I'm just kidding. Why would I even say that? It's like the craziest thing to say. Yeah, dude, a lot of people are saying this, dude, and I'm gonna pull this up right here, dude. A lot of people are giving me saying that Christian Bale, specifically from American Psycho, that me and him look a lot alike. And frankly, I don't really see it. But people won't let it go. People won't let it go. This is from Lloyd, another Lloyd Forger, Spy Family, another member of the Discord, Ahmad, I think a recent Patreon member as well. Very also important member of our community. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Cody for pushing Solo Leveling. Yes. Lloyd was also in the call in the Discord after the live, and we were talking about Solo Leveling. Him and Inari were pushing Solo Leveling, and look, we finally got around to it. I am nervous for how that episode is going to be received. Then again, there are so many episodes that we are all collectively nervous about how they're going to be received, especially with One Piece and stuff like that. But, it's coming out. This is from, you know what? My vision, I got to get glasses. I don't want to get glasses because I just don't want to look like Cody. I just don't want to have anything really that me and him kind of have aesthetically in common. So even if my vision is really bad, I'm just not going to do it. But I think it's Blaze Blaze. Thank you for your donation. Tower of God. Tower of God, yeah, another, why is this still on the screen? Tower of God, yes, still another manhwa that we have to get to. And I think, obviously it's something we talk about in the episode, so I don't want to repeat myself too much. But yeah, because of the success of Tower of God, and I think people were really into God of High School when it came out too. Solo Leveling, I feel like, is for sure going to get an anime. Or get animated, at least. Get Contacts, homie. Thank you, Frozen. Great suggestion. Great suggestion. You know what? This is what happens. I was going to show you guys something, and now completely forgot what it was. Oh, right. So this is just while we're still on the crafting subject. This is, let me show you. So let me show you a close-up. You guys can't see it. Let me show you a close-up of the first attempt. So this is the first attempt here that you're about to see, and it's bad. Okay? And I'm aware that it's bad. So this here is the Devil Fruit V1, and you can see that my fingerprints are all in the stem. The swirls are mashed, and at the time I thought this was the greatest thing I had ever made. And I'm at the point now where, I mean, if anybody watching right now just wants this, I will send it to you. Like I will do some sort of, I am willing to do some sort of giveaway if anybody wants this as some sort of paperweight or some sort of, I don't know, just don't throw it away, just don't throw it in the trash. But yeah, I was excited at the time, and then the more I looked at it, it just started to bother me. Someone would like to take it. Well, all you got to do is, how about this? I don't think depending on where people live, it's going to be that expensive. So all you got to do is just send a DM to @Volume1Pod on Instagram. Just follow us there @Volume1Pod on Instagram. Send us a DM saying that you want the Devil Fruit, but this one, not the second one I'm about to show you, but this one. Just say I want it, and we'll go through and we'll pick one person at random, and we'll give it to them. Can I throw it down my stomach, and we'll give you gum powers? I mean, I say try it. Like I say try it. I mean, I can't, obviously I'm like legally, whatever. I can't say do it, but do it. Okay, now this is V2. All right. And thank you guys for being here, and thank you guys for kicking it, because I know these things are like in the background of a lot of our videos and stuff, but I never really get to show these things to anybody in this kind of way. And it's really nice. Really nice that you guys are here. This is precariously perched. Okay, we're going to try and hope that doesn't fall. This is V2 right here. This is V2. And shout out Tiberius. Tiberius, thank you so much for your donation. Yes, like I said, it goes to the entire Volume 1 crew. Thank you so much. I would love to see y'all do a romance like Whoa Taku. Megan, get in here. Megan, Whoa Taku. Love is hard for an otaku. Does it give you the properties of gum and rubber? So this is V2. V2 looking good. Thank you. Megan is also working right now, and I'm like shouting and I'm like screaming at her. Which is, I apologize. And I'm going to have to apologize to her later she's literally working, and it's just like, I just am the most, being the most disrespectful. But someone said that they want to hear us talk about unprompted. Someone said they want to hear us talk about Love is Hard for an Otaku. Unprompted, someone just brought that up.
It's so good, guys.
Yeah, we watched it recently, and I am obsessed. Like, I'm obsessed. And that's another thing I was thinking about talking about today, was that the OVA 3 came out recently. Like, it's officially out, and Megan's seen all of it. I think I have like 2 episodes left to watch, 2 or 3, something like that.
I think maybe probably 2 at this point.
Yeah, and it is so good. And that's another thing. That's the point of like doing this kind of stuff, is because like, and look, we're a family, for sure. First and foremost, I don't know how and I'll mention it to Cody. I'll run it by the deck man, but I don't know how excited he would be to talk about it or to watch it. He might
be, because he is
He might fall in love with it.
he might fall in and it might be hard for him to fall in love because he is
an
an
otaku.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
But I'm sure if it's for the greater good, that he'd be more than happy to do it. But yeah, this is another reason why we want to start doing stuff like this is to talk about and cover anime. So you want to talk about it a little bit right now?
Yeah. Someone said, prove to me that Megan's not a ghost.
You want to pop in the frame?
No, I'll just.
You just want to put your hand up? You want what? Oh, okay. Here we go.
I'll prove once and for all. Mwahahaha.
She's got a master plan. I thought this was a solo stream. I was bamboozled. Frozen. Can you see? It's her ghostly vapors. Just stick your hand.
I'm just gonna talk about Love is War, and then I'll stop talking. Okay? I'm sorry.
No, love is hard for an otaku.
Love is hard for an otaku.
You said love is war.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, it's war too.
It's war. You just started a war.
Yeah, it's such a great series, and I was like, I wanted to show Josh because, it's like there's such a stereotype against people that like anime. Not only in obviously in Japan, obviously, but here in the States too. Especially adults. I mean, growing up with anime and being like a high schooler was cool, and watching shoujo, anime and high school romances is all fun. But once you start going over the threshold into adulthood, which I assume most of us are in that realm or age range, it is like such an awesome thing to see a show convey, liking these things or just being adults in general.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great series. If you haven't watched it yet, watch it. It definitely finds a way each time to make you care more and more about these characters, and all the conversations are just so casual and real, and it's they're otaku and they talk about cosplay and figures and manga, but it's never like in your face or ever making fun of them because they do like these things, and they watch anime and then go to work and clock in to the 9 to 5, much like I'm doing right now. So it's really cool. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's one of my favorite, I think, romance animes. And it becomes to be more. This is my second time watching it over, and I just find more and more things that I'm in love with about the series. So
don't lose that train of thought. You were saying some really important things about that series that I completely agree with. But just to shout out Will and thank him for his donation. He is calling you now Meg Host Booreen.
I love it.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Will's been on fire recently. Will's been on fire. It's called Wo Takoi. Love is hard for yeah. But love is hard for an otaku is the shorthand, the easier way to say it. But either way, I completely agree with everything Megan was talking about. And that's what I kind of wanted to say too. And we've had conversations about it. Is that like that is what I meant by like having this like sort of like awakening, right? Is that obviously I grew up on Naruto and Bleach, and when we did our top 5 manga video, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm so surprised that Naruto and Bleach, didn't make that list." And it was because we were only ranking things that we had done episodes on, and at the time we hadn't done a Bleach episode. But while those shows will always hold a special place in my heart, and while they are sort of the reason why I fell in love with manga and anime, as I've grown older, and this portion of what I am saying, I will keep brief because we do talk about it more in the episode that's coming out Saturday. But as I've grown older, I just have such a huge appreciation for these types of shows. Like I really do, like Love is Hard for an Otaku, Princess Jellyfish, Yuri on Ice. There's another jazz anime called Kids on the Slope. Like, these are shows that I think, for whatever reason, and like Megan said, are just such a good representation of sort of like, what it means to like be an adult and what it means to have these interests, and how hard at times that can be to find people with similar interests like that. And it goes and it handles those things like really well. And, when we talked about it before, we talked about how, The Big Bang Theory, for example, how, as much as people like shit on that show, and as much as that show has been memed and been deemed cringe, and, for very fair reasons, which it is and can be all of those things. I remember when that show first came out that it very much felt in the beginning as if it was sort of a show that, nerds could find like camaraderie in. And at a certain point, I felt this shift in that show become, where the nerds and being into nerdy things was the butt of the joke. And it started to feel like it shifted, and it started to feel like it was like making fun of them. And, obviously for many other reasons, that show is not the best, but by any means. But what this show does, Love is Hard for an Otaku, what this show does so well is that they are never at the butt of the joke. It always feels like, you are, I don't know, it's endearing and you can relate to it. And it's the joke and the punchlines come from these people really loving it, and from whoever is writing or producing or animating, like those people also really loving it too. Do you want to say anything else about it?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
I pretty much said my piece. Just watch it if you haven't. It's a cozy little anime. It's only 11 episodes long, so you can watch it literally in one sitting. And very bingeable.
Yeah. So, and also, if you guys haven't seen Princess Jellyfish either, it's pretty great. That was another one that we recently watched, and it's so good. It's so good. I mean, like I said, I've experienced an awakening. Yeah. So I want to show you guys a couple more, maybe close-ups of some of these props. Maybe the Femto helmet will get an actual close-up. But I do want to check this doc and make sure that I am not forgetting anything. And if you post, like I said, anything in our Discord, if you post anything in our live episodes reaction section, then maybe towards the end, I will go through that and react to whatever you post there. Yeah. Also, just watching, on the subject of Naruto and all that stuff, and that awakening is recently we rewatched the very beginning of Naruto, and that show suffers so much from pacing issues and like all the anime tropes that people roast and make fun of when they talk about anime. Like, it is a slog, to say the least, to get through that. And while the first episode is great, I did realize, like, oh yeah, like that was my childhood. But I think, I've just been exposed to, over the years, just everything else that the medium has to offer. Someone said Femto helmet. I'll do it, dude. I'll bust it out. I'll break it down and bust it open. But yeah, let me see. Welcome, gang, to the Straw Hat stream. Kind of an alliteration. That sounds kind of good. I don't know if it's gonna spin on here. Megan, as much as I hate to bother you, is there anything that we can put on top of that you think will support the helmet, like a plate or something? This is probably my pride and joy. This helmet, and it's never gotten this much screen time, and definitely not this high quality of a shot before. Josh, bust it down. I'll bust it down, dude. And if that's what you want these live streams to become, if you want them to become, whatever, dude. If you want me to, maybe get some sort of like, maybe it's a cross between sort of like a anime manga news / like OnlyFans sort of thing, then just let me know and we'll make it happen. Naruto suffers from too much filler. Yeah. And that's the thing about rewatching it and waiting for it to come out, is you can, obviously, if anybody is, if you're showing it to anybody for the first time, then you can just not show them the filler. You can skip all that. It is so notorious for just, and imagine having to wait years for that. Imagine, when every episode, every week, you're so excited, and it's, it's filler after filler after filler after filler for months and months and months and months and months. Megan's setting it up right now. We'll cut to
the shot. We'll see how it looks. But here it is in all its glory. Look at that. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Look at that. And this is, wow, what a beautiful, I wonder if we can slide it a little more to that side since this is kind of blocking it. Like, slide it. Yeah, what a beautiful shot. Mr. Stealing Your Waifu, I'm assuming is maybe experiencing some sort of orgasm just based on, the emojis in the chat. I'll show you hands on the screen if you do that for real. Yeah, it looks so good. You can see now because now you can see into the helmet from close up. You can see how like just dirty the inside of it is because, I wanted again to film the process of making this, but and now you can see like the imperfections close up, like the whatever, that it's not sanded completely smooth. But yeah, it started as origami. It started as paper that I printed from a printer. There's this program called Pepakura, which takes 3D images. It is basically just old school 3D printing, barbaric 3D printing. It'll take a 3D image and it'll break it down into different pieces that you can print out onto paper. You cut all of those out, you glue them all together, and you make sort of, like I said, like you make a 3D prop out of paper, and then you pour, I forget exactly what it's called, but you pour some sort of hardening solution into the helmet from the inside to harden it. That's where all that sort of black texture comes from. And then once you do that, you cover the outside with like wall stucco or car stucco, Bondo, whatever. You cover it with that to harden the outside. And then it's just sanding. So yeah, and then painting and everything. So people are asking me to put it on. So I guess I got to put it on. It's all that white shit that's in there is gonna be all over my hair, and it's gonna be a disaster. But you ask for it, you ask and you shall receive, dude. I wish I had. You know what? I don't know if YouTube's gonna copyright it, but man, imagine I break it like on the stream right now. I just. It hurts. You ask. And you shall receive. You ask and you shall receive, dude. And you guys wonder where Cody is, huh? And you guys wonder. Some of you have pieced it together by now. But, in order to accomplish a dream, sacrifices must be made. And, I feel ridiculous right now. I feel absolutely ridiculous. But also, like, kind of cool at the same time. So give me 1 second to take this off, and it hurts so much. Oh my God. Gonna break. Oh my God. And that's it. You ask and you shall receive. Look how red my face looks. Oh, I thought you said red. You said it looks good. I'm just like so insecure. I'm like, yeah, look how it does look red. You are ridiculous. Oh, ridiculously cool, dude. Thank you so fucking much. Thank you so much. Rip the One Piece fans. Got to him. Yeah, just be nice, dude. These, some of these One Piece fans they're going off. They're just, they're a little too much sometimes. Let's see if I have any other props lying around before I let you guys go. Actually, I want to do a full length figure. Like I want to do another stream, with Megan. Obviously, her D-Top shelf is in the background of all of her episodes. You can see her entire collection. That is not all of them, though. There are more. And if there's ever been a figure, this is a good maybe thing to go out on. If there's ever been a figure in the background of, their shot or my shot that you've wanted a close-up of and you've wanted to see up close and personal, now's the time to do it. Now we got it all set up. And then later on,
There will be someone saying Dragon Slayer. Yeah, but I mean, how am I gonna? It's so big. That Dragon Slayer sword is so big. But if there's any figures that you want to see close up, just one, because we're gonna do a whole stream where we just put them all on display. But if there's one that you really want to see now, let us know. The Nami one. Someone said the Nami one. The Nami one always gets kind of cut off a little bit. So that was the first person to respond, I think. Thank you. People say it looks so good. Thank you. You are. Oh, I already read that one. I keep reading the ridiculous part, and I get defensive, and then I see the second half, and I'm like, oh, okay. I want to see your figures, Josh. I mean, they're the ones that are behind me all the time, and I'm gonna save some of them for when we do our because you got to leave them wanting more. You know what I'm saying? Chainsaw Novel when? Chainsaw Novel whenever all three of our schedules permits, and when we can get a translation that is good enough to not, sour our experience, because, the Google Translate idea is a great idea, but it's not going to be a perfect translation. And so really what I wanted to talk about was, okay, Megan got it. Really what I wanted to talk about, which is I wanted to show off those new images. Maybe we'll look at them one more time just because they are so cool. Yeah, and talk about more of just like kind of what the stories in the novel are. Megan got it though, so everybody thank Megan. Everybody say thank you, Megan, because she got it. Here it is right here. This is so crazy, dude. I mean, I don't think people know how huge this is. This is gigantic. Oh my god. And it keeps going. Like, oh my god. It keeps going. And it keeps going. And it keeps going. And look at, I mean, I wish you could get like a full shot of this thing. But this is it. This is my pride and joy, dude. This is, someone said, thanks, Megan. This is my pride and joy. A lot of people are saying thanks, Megan. This is my pride and joy. And if I could go back in time and remake it, I would maybe make it a little smaller so that I could, like, it could be featured in more like videos and stuff. And maybe we'll eventually, like, imagine how sick it would be hanging in the back there. Like, it'd be really sick hanging in the back. Yeah. So maybe we'll actually, now that I'm holding it up like this on camera, I'm like, dude, because it's in like the living room section of the studio. But yeah. I'm so sorry, Megan. This is gigantic. I'm so sorry. And when you do your solo live, I'll be in the back. I'll be doing whatever you need me to do. I'll be switching cameras. I'll be doing graphics. Okay. You'll never see that again. Okay. People were asking for the Nami figure. You ask again, and you shall receive. I feel like I have white dust all in my hair now. You ask, you shall receive. Here is the Nami figure. She's so tall. You can also move the camera up a little bit if you want. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Let's see if we can like focus it a little bit better. Make sure. There it is. There it is. There it is. Look at how beautiful. Look at how beautiful. Now, obviously, that maybe if you look a little too close, you could see some, maybe you could see some, I call them spoilers. You know what I mean? No, I mean, because maybe she's holding something that you haven't seen her use in where you're at yet, or maybe something else, Oh, she's spinning. Yeah. And that's the thing too, because I feel like Nami, she makes a lot of people spin. She makes a lot of people's heads spin and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, there she is. There she is in all her glory. So if you want to comment on this video is going to stay up for, probably indefinitely. So, comment on this video if you would like to see a figure video, because again, just look at Megan's figures in the background right now. And also shout out to everybody again in our Discord. I think for the first time you can finally see what we have like above the frame that we usually have in our Volume 1 videos and reviews. You can finally see like the fan art that people have made, and it might be kind of hard to see, but let me try to focus on the background a little bit. It might be hard to see, but Bizarre Alien, Raph,
You know, so many people. The Berserk drawing we have hung up, the, you know, Megan, and it says flesh in her bangs, the Volume 1 Chan stuff. I mean, yeah, shout out to all of you guys who have just taken the time to do that. That is so, you know, that is so awesome. But yeah, look at all the figures you can see in the back. And you think you can see them on camera in the episodes, but there's, I mean, it goes, that thing is low. That thing goes low. So, yeah, let us know, and we'll do a whole stream, or we'll just kick it. We'll look at them all. Maybe we'll do some other stuff. Maybe we'll get Bean Boozled again. No, Megan's saying no. Oh, Megan's saying yes now. Megan's shaking her head yes that she wants to get Bean Boozled. Yeah. But yeah, guys. So anyway, I think that's gonna do it. I just wanted to be, you know, with you guys for about an hour and a half. And we're getting to the hour and a half mark. So if you have anything else you'd like to comment, anything else you'd like to ask, anything you'd like me to talk about or react to, I'm going to open up the Discord. There's probably not going to be anything in there if I'm being 100% honest with myself. But just in case there's one person who, you know, wanted to share something, now's the time to get it all out. You know, this is something from Will that he posted a while ago. So maybe we could just look at that. Oh, and oh man, and Mr. Stealing Your Waifu, you know what? I mean, he posted it in the live show reaction thing, so I think it is, you know, safe to share. Any Garfield figurines. Josh's Jokers rise up. Yeah, everybody's Cody gang, Cody gang, Cody gang. People saying great stream. Thank you guys so much. Mr. Stealing Your Wife, you posted it in the live show reactions. If you don't want me to show this video, then in the live, then just, you know, say yes or no. But he went to a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Oh, share, please. Okay, cool. He went to a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure themed bar, and this is so sick. And I think this is a video that he took, like an actual video that he took. So let me actually zoom this thing out because it is crazy right now, and then we'll go to that. So here it is, and let's go here. Go here. Got to be patient, you know. Eventually, you know, we'll get to the point one day where we'll get a real producer to. But yeah, this was posted in the live show reactions. Like I said, guys, anything you want us to see or want us to talk about, shoot it in there. This is it right here. Let's fire this up. It's so sick. Look at, I mean, how fucking awesome. Once they get inside and the figures are on point. And this is, I mean, he said that they had, you know, cocktails that were themed after JoJo's. They had, you know, look at all the figures laying around, and I believe this was in Japan. I believe he went to Japan. I think, and I could be wrong about that, but Corcus gang, where you at? Yeah, so sick, dude. So sick. Look at that. That's another thing too, dude. So I'm just kind of gonna talk about ideas and stuff, and I'm just look at here's everybody. Here's your boy right here. Wow. The exposition machine. But Osaka, Japan. It was in Osaka. But yeah. So another thing I'd like to do, and you know, seeing those sketches really remind me of it, is like I also have a drawing tablet that I would like to, you know, be able to stream from as well. And so maybe, you know, we do a stream where, you know, some of you guys tell, you know, us what your favorite manga, what your favorite anime is. And we'll do a stream where we draw you, if you are comfortable sending like a photo of yourself for reference, you know, we draw a little photo of you live from your favorite, you know, anime or manga. I've always thought that would be a pretty fun thing to do as well. And then let's see what Will sent in here. Do you like Tatsuki Fujimoto is what he sent in here. This will be how we go out. So Will.
Do you like Tatsuki Fujimoto?
I remember that.
His early one-shot were a little too seinen for my taste. But when Fire Punch came out in 2016, I think he really
This is
came
great,
into his
actually.
own,
I forgot how great
commercially
this
and
was.
artistically. The whole series has a dirty yet memorable paneling and a new sheen of engaging spreads that really give the art grid a big boost.
This is so sick. I don't think I ever... Did we watch this? You guys watched it.
Has been compared to Go Nagai, but I think Fujimoto has a far more bitter, twisted sense of humor.
Megan is just
Halberstrand?
cracking
Yes,
up off
Alan?
screen.
Why are there copies of Jump TOC pages all over the place? You have a dog, a little chow or something?
No, Alan.
Is that a chainsaw on your head?
Yes, it is!
I mean, come on, dude. How can you not
Because
love...
it's not just about the pleasures of conformity and the importance of family.
How can you not love it?
It's also a personal statement about the writer himself. Hey,
And that is something that Cody always references nonstop. And every time we talk about Chainsaw Man, let's
Paul!
just finish this out. And I will bid you all farewell.
Try getting a Hunter x Hunter thread posted now, you stupid fucking bastard!
It's so funny too because Megan can't hear anything. She's just watching it. But yeah, everything in that video, straight facts. Straight facts. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Look forward to, like I said, us whenever we can get our hands on an official or a good Chainsaw Man novel translation. Look forward to us talking about that soon. Look forward to the top 5 anime video coming out on Saturday. Access right now. Patreon members have access right now. And if you're not a Patreon member, you can become one by going to patreon.com/volume1pod. What else? Am I forgetting anything else? Let us know any ideas you have for future live streams. Let us know what you thought of this live stream. Let us know what you think about Gantz, the figures, everything. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. This is the first time we've ever done anything like this, so I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it wasn't nerve-wracking and like it, wasn't a hard thing to do. So thank you for your support. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next volume 1. Done. Megan, get on the mic. We'll see you in the next volume 1. Done
And
or
sub.
sub.